fact, right now, the biggest concern they have about why there might be a recession is because people are spiritually uncertain. They're not committed. The consumer is not sure how to whether they want to spend. Businesses are not sure they want to invest. And so that sort of uncertainty, that lack of conviction, literally can slow down the entire economy and has caused numerous organizations to reduce their GDP growth expectations for this year because they're saying, look, people just scared. So scared people don't really build anything extraordinary. You have to have a little bit of courage. So let's keep going here. So one, to support your businesses and your family. This is for your family and friends, people that you love that are starting businesses. Number one, you can buy companies to support the businesses. Number two, you can market the business to your friends and family to help them find new customers. A lot of you have great networks. You should share that with people that you love. Customer testimonials and word of mouth marketing is very powerful. Don't just waste time on social media. Use it to help the people you love. This is page 27 of the book, The 10 Commandments of Black Economic Power. I want to make sure that you know this. Okay, so or that you know what page we're on. Three, offer advice or support on how the business can improve. There's a lot of knowledge, skill, experience, and feedback we can give our friends. Why not leave a supportive comment in the chat or inbox on how they might do things better? So a lot of you went to school a long time to get all this expertise and skill. Why not use that skill? We are very wealthy in terms of just human capital, like knowledge, and we go and we become nurses and doctors and teachers and everything else. So there's a lot of intellectual capital in the Black community that's very, very valuable. Four, offer free labor to a business being run by a loved one or a friend so they can save on payroll costs. If you have some free time, why not invest in a loved one struggling business on a volunteer or IOU basis? So either you volunteer the time or you just say, okay, you got to pay me, but we're gonna just keep a tab, right? That's what I did with my cousin. When I first started my business, I couldn't hire nobody. And my cousin, she was super smart. She was worth over $100,000 a year. She had an MBA. And she said, well, I want to stay home with the kids. So how about I work for you? And I said, look, here's how much I can offer you. Here's how much I can pay you now. And then the rest, if we can put it on a tab, I promise you I will pay you when I get the money. Because she knew me, because she'd known me since we were little, I didn't need to give her my credit score and all this other stuff to get the financing. She gave it to me because she knows what kind of person I am, and also she knew where my grandma lived and where my mother lived and all that. So she knew she could come get me if I didn't pay back, and I did. And it was actually something that helped keep my business alive when I first started. So let's see. Offer financial support or financing for the funding of a business venture so the company can expand and overcome cash flow issues. If you trust your loved one in the business and the business is solid, why not consider becoming an investor? Be careful though, because this involves legal contracts. So if you invest in a loved one's business, get a contract so everything is clear. Number six, share ideas on products and markets that the family business might explore. A good idea can launch a business to the next level. This might include new products or new markets that the business can explore. Great ideas are powerful when they are executed. So maybe remember back in the day, anybody remember back in the day when they used to have rent parties when somebody couldn't pay their rent? And that would, everybody would come together and throw a little money in the bucket and have a party, and then so and so would be able to pay their rent from that. Well, I think the same thing could be done when it comes to businesses. You have a little party, and instead of just something like supporting the product, which is a direct impact on the business, maybe you also share your ideas.